So everybody situated? And oh, I'm sorry, do have one block nearby because I want you to put a block on your belly. So if you can, sorry, you probably already got comfy. I say Mary's getting it with her foot. Good. All right. So you have arrived. Here you are on your yoga mat. You've got a block nearby. And just allowing the spine to just connect to the earth. And take a moment here to breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Audible sigh will feel good. And just invite yourself to your yoga practice. Welcome yourself to your yoga practice into this sacred space you've created. I want you to take a moment just to connect and ground to the earth. There's just been a lot going on in our lives, and I want to be just present here with your practice, present here with yourself. Feel every part of your body that connects to the earth. And just invite that sensation of the back body, whatever part is connecting, to be alive, to be present. You are here. Lying down on the floor helps us to calm the nervous system, to be in a place of being more grounded. And then if it's all possible for you, being present and here on the earth, can you kind of just imagine that you are floating above yourself and you are looking down on yourself as the witness of yourself lying on the mat? And imagine, if you could, the sensation or the visual of a hurricane, the clouds circling, but you are in the eye of the hurricane. You are in that place of stillness, that careful okayness, that quietness. And as the witness, you can separate yourself from whatever else is going around in the outskirts of that hurricane. You are simply just looking down at you, safe, grounded, here, present. Breathe, relax, and feel. Take time to slow down the pace of life. Watch the rise and fall of moods, the birth and death of dreams. Feelings and sensations seem so real, yet they shift like changing clouds and flow with the high tide out to sea again. Allow it all to be. No need to grasp or push away. Present with each moment, the whole of you, body, mind, and soul, open to receive. Donna Falls. So if you could now just take the block and place it on your belly. Come back into the body and begin to just sense the rise and fall of the block on the belly with each natural, normal breath. Breathing in a gentle lift of the block. And as you exhale, a quiet fall of the block. That continuous ebb and flow of the breath. Nothing is permanent. Breathing in, that belly softens and rounds, the block rises, and as you exhale, it's just a gentle falling of the block. Slowing down the breath just a bit to see if you can't take a deeper breath. Maybe the block can lift just a little bit higher as you enjoy that full breath in, the block rising. And as you exhale, just a lowering of the block. That continual rise and fall, that ebb and flow, that complete sense of impermanence, yet The whole time you are that quiet okayness, that place of stillness within your own self, that groundedness, that rootedness. And in that place of stillness is that opportunity to plant those seeds of transformation and allow them to flower. Coming to that simple I am. I am here. Take a few more lovely deep belly breaths, maybe even pausing at the top of that breath so that block lifts and holds for just a moment. And then a full and complete exhalation as that block sinks, pausing for just a moment, letting all the air exhale. When you're ready to breathe, enjoy another full breath in. Quiet okayness in the eye of stillness. I am present. I am here. It's a beautiful place to be. And if you'd like to keep your eyes closed for the some of this practice, you're welcome to do that. But if you'd like to blink the eyes open, that's fine too. And remove the block out of your way. And just reach the arms up straight in front of you so the fingertips are reaching for the sky. Bring some awareness to the back body as you reach the fingers, reaching for the sky. Feel the shoulder blades lift away from the back of the mat. And then plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder as you just gently allow the shoulder blades to draw in toward each other. So taking awareness to the back body as we reach out. So fingertips reach toward the sky as if you're reaching for those clouds, for that sun. And then as you exhale, plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder. Press the shoulder blades down and together. And then with the breath, 3 or 4 breaths, lifting and reaching, exhaling, plugging in. We call this reaching out and plugging in. So one more time, reach out and plug in. Come to a neutral place with the shoulders where you're not reaching out or plugging in too deeply, just feeling natural, good alignment. So this is fairly effortless to keep the arms in this position. And then as you're ready, bending the elbows, bringing the fingertips towards the shoulders, elbows pointing towards the sky. And then as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bending the elbows, and inhale, lift and reach the arms towards the sky. Just a couple more of those with the breath, connecting movement with breath, staying present with the I am. Exhaling as the fingertips touch the shoulders and inhaling as you reach the arms forward. Next time the fingertips are towards the sky, leave them there and turn the palms up towards the sky. Palms are facing the sky. Elbows are slightly bent, shoulders are soft. And then lower the thumbs down toward the hips. And then reach the arms up overhead, palms still facing the sky. Take your arms overhead only as far as is comfortable for you. Maybe the fingertips touch the earth. Maybe the shoulders aren't quite ready for that yet. And then with the breath, exhale, sweep the thumbs back toward the hips. And then as you inhale, palms towards the sky, take those arms up overhead to your level of comfort. Pinky fingertips might touch the floor. Moving slowly with awareness and with sensation, just connecting to this movement. And a couple more. Inhaling when the arms are up overhead, enjoy that full breath in. Even feel the ribs expand more. And then as you exhale, thumbs touching the hips. Now come to goalpost with your arms. That's a 90-degree angle of the elbows. And see if it's possible to lower the arms down toward the floor, backs of the hands resting on the floor as you're able. If they don't reach, that's okay. So your shoulders are in line with the elbows. Fingertips are pointing toward overhead, right? They're pointing up past your head. And then just like you would do a snow angel, as if your arms were out to the side and you were flapping your arms like making a snow angel in the snow, we're doing this a little bit differently because your palms are facing the sky and your elbows are bent. But see if it's possible to lift the fingertips overhead, and maybe the middle finger touches each other overhead. And then as you exhale, with the elbows still bent, slide your arms down across the floor and see if it's possible to get the elbows to come close to your waistline. So we're just lifting and reaching the arms overhead, fingertips touching overhead, backs of the hands hovering over the floor or sweeping the floor, picking up any residual dust that might be on the floor. And then elbows coming toward each other, toward the hips. Just a couple more. This is a big movement of the shoulders, so you may need to allow your arms to hover over top of the floor rather than touch it. And then just a couple more. Big shoulder opener there. All right, now bring your arms back over top of you and bring your hands together in front of your face. So your thumbs are pointing at your nose, your fingertips are pointing over your head, elbows are bent. And then see if it's possible to draw the elbows toward each other. And this is going to spread the shoulder blades away from each other. Squeeze the hands together, squeeze the forearms together, squeeze the elbows together. And then if it's possible, lift the arms up over the head, touch the fingertips over top of your head. And then as you exhale, keeping those forearms close together as possible, just lower the arms back towards your torso. Inhale as the fingertips reach over your head. So your elbows are compressed, your forearms are compressed, your palms are compressed. Keep that energy active. And then as you exhale, lowering the arms toward the torso. And then a couple more. Inhale, fingertips overhead. And exhale, elbows toward the torso. One more time, breathing in. And out. Oh, and then lower those arms down, shake them out. Just do whatever you need to do with those shoulders. Take the hands, fling the fingers in and out. So curl the tips of the fingers in, make a gentle fist and fling those fingers out. Nice. Okay. Now you're in constructive rest here, which means that you're on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And we're going to start working the legs and pelvis a little bit. So we're going to do what's called the jiggle. All you're going to do is jiggle your hips, jiggle your legs. You're going to feel everything wobbling and jiggling. Just let it jiggle. Non-judgment. Just jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Everything's jiggling like Jell-O. That's okay. All right, slow the jiggle down. That feels actually pretty darn good. You feel a little sensation after the jiggle. Things may still jiggle even after you stop, at least they do for me, and that's okay. So if you need a strap for this next part, you'll want to put a strap behind your thigh or just reach your hands for the back of your thigh. And then we're going to lift and lower the pick a leg. I'm using my left leg. And I'm just going to hold on to the back of my thigh and lift and lower the foot up toward the sky. So the knee is bent, the knee is straight. And each and every time, maybe getting a little bit more length in that leg. Connecting with the breath still. Warming up the knee joint, warming up the hamstring. And then as you're ready, with that leg extended, we're going to internally rotate that leg. So the foot is as if you're pointing your toes toward the ceiling. from the top of the leg bone, just internally rotate the whole leg. We do this when we're sitting sometimes, but we don't do it often when we're lying down. So you may want to take your hands on top of your thighs and just turn your whole leg toward your midline, toward the center of your body, and get a nice internal rotation. See if you can't flex the foot a little bit to bring more energy into that outside of the leg. So toes on that left leg are pointing to about 1 or 2 o'clock. And then come back to neutral and externally rotate that leg. So hands on the thighs to help rotate that whole leg. So now my foot is pointing on my left leg is pointing to 10 o'clock. And then see if you can't do that without so much assistance of your hands, and just rock through a little bit of internal and external rotation of that leg. We're trying to get the leg to rotate from the top of the leg bone, not just turning the ankle side to side. So it's a movement with the whole entire leg. Good. All right, let's switch to the other leg. So bring that left leg into your chest. If you need a strap to help assist holding that leg, place a strap behind your leg, and then just lift and lower, bringing range of motion into the knee. Good. Extend the leg long and flex the foot, holding on to the thigh, externally, internally, doesn't matter. I'm going to externally rotate this leg first. So I'm going to use my hands on my thighs to rotate that leg. So now my foot's pointing to 1 o'clock. And keep the foot flexed. You'll feel that sensation on the outer side of the leg. And then internally rotate that leg, pointing now to about 11 o'clock. Keep flexing the foot. And then without so much assistance of the hand, internally and externally rotate that leg. Good. All right. And then lower that foot down and bring the knees into your chest and hold on to the tops of your knees with your fingers pointing towards your feet. Your arms are long and extended, holding on to your legs. And then we're going to just bend the knees and bring the knees into the chest and then push the knees away from you. So knees into the chest and push away. Again, if you're using a strap, you can have a strap behind the thighs and use the strap to help draw the knees in and away. Good. All right, keep your feet together, but take your knees apart. So the feet are connected, but the legs and knees go away from each other. Starting to just feel sensation in the outer hip. And these are all super grounding postures just to help us stay connected to ourselves, to our sensations, to tap into that rest, relax, and digest nervous system. Now we're going to row, so put those two movements together as you take the knees away from each other, draw them into your chest, push, bring them together and then push them away, just like you're rowing a boat. I like to keep my toes connected to each other if that works, but you don't have to. And once you've rowed one way, row the other direction. Just feel the outer hip, the inner hip. Good. And one more. All right, lower the feet down. And if it works for your lower back, extend your legs down long. And again, we're going to let the legs jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. So jiggle everything, just kind of shake it back and forth, jiggle the pelvis, jiggle, 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 release any tension. Take your feet about as wide as the mat and then internally rotate the legs. Whole different sensation here. Together, internally rotate the legs so the toes are pointing toward each other, pigeon-toed. Come back to neutral and now externally rotate the legs. Flex those feet. Feel that all the way up to the hip and to the glutes. One more time, internally rotate. And externally rotate. Internally rotate again. Draw the belly deep in toward the spine. So press out through the heels of the feet. Draw the belly in towards the spine. Reach the arms up overhead as far as is comfortable for you. That may mean your arms go out to a T, But if you can get the arms up overhead, backs of the hands pressing into the floor, and we're going to do the as if lifting the legs. We're not going to actually lift the legs. So I want you to draw that belly deep in toward the spine and press out through the heels of the feet. Imagine you're going to lift your legs, but don't actually lift them, but engage all the muscles it will take. This is an isometric exercise for strengthening. So if your blood pressure is out of control, then just don't do this. I should have said that first. Then relax, release that. Notice a difference. Take a breath with an audible sigh. And notice the difference between tension and relaxation. So now press out through the heels again. Press the backs of the hands down into the earth. Imagine you're lifting your legs. My whole body is shaking here as if I'm trying to lift my legs, but I don't lift them. Feel the energy, the tension in the body. And then notice that relaxation. Relax, breathe, and feel. Lower your arms down and take your right leg more to the right side of the mat, keeping your pelvis glued in the center of your mat. Slide your left leg to meet your right leg. So we're going to make a banana crescent here. Bring your left arm to goal post. Back of the hand is on the floor, palm faces up, and your right hand down by your side. And then start to shimmy your torso toward the right to get that nice stretch across the left side of your body. Keeping your left arm in goal post, that's fine. Or maybe you can slide it like we did at the beginning of practice, slide it up overhead to get that nice stretch. You'll feel an intensified stretch from your hip all the way up your elbow. And then if you're still looking for more sensation, cross your left ankle over your right ankle. And oh boy, that wakes up some muscles that you haven't stretched in a while, because this is not something you'll normally do in the course of a day, right? Breathe into that whole left side body. And this is one of the things I do in my getting out of bed stretch, but less intense, all right? So if you haven't looked at that video of stretches to do before you get out of bed, this one is in it, but it's not quite this intense. All right, one more breath here. Ooh. Uncross your leg, slide it back to the middle, lower your arms down, shimmy your torso, and then bring your legs together, bend your knees, and bring one or both knees into the chest and kind of realign that spine. Only go as far as feels good in your body, right? We're not trying to torture anything. Yoga is intended to make us feel better. All right, let's go to the other side. So now take your right leg out. Oh, we already did that side. Take your left leg out to the left side. Keep your pelvis locked in place and slide your right leg to meet it. Bring your right arm to goal post. Left arm stays down by your side. All right, shimmy your torso over toward the left. And then you decide if you're going to reach your right arm up overhead. And you're also going to decide for you if it's right to cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Find where you can actually use your muscle energy to accentuate any stretch, especially between hip and rib. Feeling that waistline stretch, that psoas muscle, the hip flexor, the outer side of the hip. Breathe into that space. Good. And then lower the arm down, uncross the feet, shimmy your torso back to center, bring your legs back to center, knees in toward the chest, and give yourself a little hug again. All right, lower the feet down. Coming into bridge pose now. So the feet are as close to the buttocks as feels comfortable for you. And you're going to bear more weight on the heels of the feet, so my toes can dance and twinkle and be light. All right. If your head is on a pillow and your chin is anywhere near your chest, remove it. All right. Snuggle your shoulder blades under your back as you bend your elbows torso, your hands face each other across your torso. All right, so here, lengthen your tailbone. So what I'm going to do is flatten out my lumbar spine and lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Press the backs of the hands and the heels of the feet into the earth and lift the hips and torso up off the earth into your bridge pose. Keep pressing the backs of the arms and the heels of the feet. Now to get more sensation in the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, isometrically send your shins forward. So press your shins forward as if you're trying to slide your feet forward, but you really don't do that. And you'll feel the hamstrings really fire up. And you should feel a nice stretch across the top of your thighs. And then exhale, lower that down. And let's try that again. So press the feet and the backs of the arms into the earth. Flatten out your lumbar spine as you lengthen your tailbone towards your heels and then lift the hips and torsos up. And exhale, lower. Remember, your homework is always to try to do 10 of these for 10 seconds. Inhale, lift. Hold it if you can. If it feels better to lift and lower, you can lift and lower. And exhale, lift. Do 2 more if you can. Lift. And lower. Last one. Lift. Press the feet and the backs of the arms in. The neck is soft. No pressing of the back of the head. Shouldn't feel this in the neck at all. Good. And then lower back down. Good. Roll over all the way onto your side. Press up and grab your blanket to support your knees and come to tabletop. Have your blocks nearby. Okay? Oh, yeah. Take your time. We're all going to meet at tabletop with the knees padded. And if you are here and ready, just start doing some hip circles while we're waiting for everybody else. If you can curl your toes under, curl your toes under, because keeping your toes flexed is really good for walking health. We're all just about there. And these circles can be as big or small as you want. Go both directions. Linger where you need to linger. Send the hips out as far as feels good. Good. And then we'll come to a little tabletop, okay? We've done our lengthening, we've done our side stretching. Now we're just gonna do a little cat-cow. So hands a little ahead of the shoulders. Press the hands into the earth and use that to draw the belly in towards the spine. Drop the chin to the chest, lift your back ribs up. Lower your tailbone towards your heels. This is your cat. Pause here for a minute and really feel those shoulder blades spread across your back. So while we felt them spread across our back while they were on the mat, now we can feel them kind of in midair. All right, now sink your belly, lift your head, lift your heart. Try to get broad through your collarbone. So can you stretch your shoulders to touch either side of the wall? Ha. Little arch in the back. And now let's go with the breath. So draw the belly in and up, chin to the chest, round that back into cat. And inhale, sink the belly, lift the head, lift the heart. Oh, move with your own breath. If you really draw that belly in and up, use your core strength. This can be a core strengthening exercise as well. So good for your spine. And a couple more. Nice. Okay, now this next one I don't typically do Zoom, but I want to try it. We did reach out and plug in, reach out and plug in. So I want you to do that same type of movement in tabletop. So push your hands into the mat as if you're reaching out. You're trying to get your arms 2 inches longer. So get the head of the arm bone, stretched away from the shoulder. Just reach out and then just sink your torso as you plug in. So the shoulder blades come together on your back. I'm not bending my elbows at all, but I'm just allowing the the shoulder blades to come together on the back. And then reach out, so press your hands into the mat, straighten those arms, keep the arms straight, and then plug in. Is this not making sense to somebody? It's a little tricky. We've done this in class, but we don't do it much in Zoom. Reach out and plug it. This is called a rhomboid push-up. And the rhomboid muscle is the muscle in between the shoulder blades. And it's the one that helps you not to hunch forward, okay? Because it brings strength to the back body. Just a couple more, if that makes sense to you at all. All right, let's get up on our knees and shake our hands and wrists out. Play the piano. Make some circles with your wrist. Play a happy song. And grab your blocks. So hands are on the blocks, and we're going to shift our weight a little bit over to that right side and bring the left foot in between the blocks. Slide the right knee back just a bit to get some stretch in your right hip flexor. All right, squeeze the back right glute and isometrically scissors your legs away from each other. So when I say scissors, I mean, imagine you're trying to slide your front foot forward. All right, and you'll feel the hamstring fire up. Did you feel that? Pretend you're pushing your shin forward. You'll feel that hamstring fire up. Keep it active. Now, if you can release that right hand, reach it forward. And if the shoulder is open to doing this, make some nice big circles as you gently take your right arm back behind you. Look at your thumb, if your neck is open to that. Sweep the arm down, forward, up, and back. Nice and slow. Just some big arm circles, but also adding a little bit of twist in the spine. If it doesn't work for your shoulder, fingertips can always come on the shoulder. Honor your body. These shoulders are tricky things. One more. Good. Nice twist. Beautiful. All right, now bring the blocks to the inside edge of your left foot and walk your left foot to the left side of your mat. All right, so I'm taking it out just a little bit. Still got that right knee back just a bit. Now this is a big stretch for that left outer hip. You can stay right here with your arms straight, or you can start to bend the elbows if that works. So now the shoulder comes more in line with the knee. It's not going to feel good on everybody, so honor your body. Don't push through pain. Pain is a signal to our body to say, wait a minute, not ready for that yet. Take a breath and lift back up. And then as you exhale, hinge forward one more time. So the spine is nice and straight. The head and neck are still in alignment. Just a nice, easy stretch there, but not easy. Simple to do, but not easy. Lift back up. All right, so reframe your foot with the blocks and walk the blocks back to your back thigh, your back right thigh, as you extend your left leg forward on the heel of your foot. Crown of the head is reaching toward the sky, spine is long and tall. Take your awareness, your attention to your left hip crease. And think about sliding your left hip crease back just a bit, and you'll feel a stretch already starting in that hamstring. So you can stay right here, that might be enough. Or you can hinge forward, head and neck stay long and tall, and bring the belly button toward the thigh, toes toward the nose. Feel that stretch in the hamstring. Keep sending your left hip crease back. Lift up, take a breath in, and then one more time. Good, feel that nice stretch across your hamstring. Ooh, baby. Good. All right, lift back up and walk your blocks forward. Let your leg find any way you need to bring those knees back together. Take the blocks off to the side and stretch forward in puppy pose. So we've stretched our shoulders a lot. So walk the arms forward, bring the head in the direction between the upper arms, and the high knee is high up in the sky. So this is your precursor to downward facing dog. I'm up on
spider fingers, pressing my fingers into the floor, hollowing out through the armpits. This really active posture here. One more breath. Lift up just a bit and put the palms of the hands onto the floor, one paw print closer to you. Lift the feet up, and we're going to roll over the tops of the knees into a plank pose. All right, so nice straight line from crown of the head to the hips. And then go back into an extended puppy pose. So your hips are going to go a little closer to your heels because we moved our hands forward. If that doesn't feel good on your knees, only go as far as the knees are open. Give those wrists a break, and then we're going to do that one more time. So lift the feet, roll over the tops of your knees. It feels better on the kneecaps. Press the hands into the earth to slide those shoulder blades down the side ribs. Draw the belly in and up. Nice plank pose here. I'm going to try to build up to a little bit of time on this to really get the benefit of plank pose. I remember Debbie Jensen, who I took over, first class I went to with her, said, everyone should be able to do this for 30 seconds. All right, and then find your blocks again. We got to do that lunge on the other side. So sit back up, grab your blocks. And I got to remember which leg to bring forward. I think the right one, right? So we're going to bring the right foot forward. Frame the foot with the hands. Slide that back knee back a bit if that feels good for you. And then squeeze the back left butt. Isometrically send your front right shin forward and feel the hamstring fire up. All right, now we're going to take that left arm, reach it forward, up, back and around into some nice circles. But you can keep fingertips on the shoulders. Go only as far as the spine feels comfortable, as far as the shoulder feels comfortable. Nice circles with that arm. And connecting with the breath. So inhale as the arm reaches forward and up. Exhale, it goes back and down. One more time. Nice. Good. Hold on to the blocks and walk your blocks back towards your back left thigh. Straighten your front leg. Get light on your fingertips, tall spine. Now take your awareness to your right hip crease. Send your right hip crease back just a bit. Toes up toward the nose. That might be enough right there. But if you're looking for more sensation, lengthen. Hinge forward from your hip crease, belly button toward the nose. Don't drop your head. Good. Lift back up. And one more time, hinge forward. An option to this would be just a little forward fold if you wanted, or sitting on your bum, hinging forward a little bit if the knees have had it. All right, let's come back to our extended puppy one more time. So move the blocks out of the way. With the high knee lifted high, reach the arms forward. Bring the head between the upper arms. I'm going to stay on spider fingers first to really keep the arms active. Try to hollow out through the armpits. Belly draws in and up. Good. And then lift up a bit. Walk your hands one paw print forward. Lift up the heels, hinge forward into plank. Press the hands into the mat. Slide the shoulder blades across the side ribs. It's really broaden out through your collarbones. Keep that belly in and up. Good. Try not to arch the back. Don't sink your hips into that. Really press keep the spine in order. Good. One more time, press back. If you've had enough, come into child's pose. If you'd like to do another plank, hinge forward. If you want to come onto your toes, you can do it on your toes. Good. And that's enough of that. All right, let's come to standing. Okay. So come to standing. While you do loose coat sleeves, just rocking back and forth a little bit, I'm going to push the camera back. Now there's always an option, you know, of doing the hands and knees poses at the wall. So if anybody needs that, make sure you let me know. I'm going to place the blocks on the front edge of the mat. So we're all in loose coat sleeves. Let that help release the lower back. Release the shoulders a bit. Nice. Oh, good. I love just the free flowing movement of your arms. It looks great. And then slow that down. Come to your mountain pose. Press the feet into the earth. Lengthen the legs, lengthen the spine. Slide the sides of the throat back just a bit so the ears are over the shoulders, palms face forward. Draw the belly in and up. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heel. Strong and stable here. Hands are active, so fingers are spread wide. And with those arms active and engaged, reach the arms up overhead. Full breath in, and then exhale, turn the palms away, lower the arms down. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, breathe in. Keep the arms up. Lower your left arm down. Trickle your left fingertips towards your heel and crescent over towards that left side. Use your side body muscles to lift back up. Breath in, lengthen. Lower your right hand down and crescent over to the right. And I like to think about trickling like a waterfall. Those right fingers down toward the right heel. And then arms up overhead again. Come to goal post, palms face forward. Roll the shoulders back, lift up through the heart space. So a little lift of the breastbone. Eye gaze goes up no higher than the seam of the ceiling in the wall. Shoulder blades are together as much as possible. Press those elbows back. Open the chest. And then bring fingertips together, heel of the hand and elbows. Squeeze in toward each other, lower the chin to the chest, and lift the elbows up just a bit. Feel that stretch across the back body. And open the arms one more time. Lower the arms down. Roll the shoulders out and grab your weights. Don't have to use weights, as you know. You can just go through the motions as if you're holding weights. Okay, first one is bicep, and with bicep, I always offer doing chair legs with that. So you're shifting the weight to the heels of the feet, bending the knees, sinking the hips, fingertips come to your shoulders. You can stay in chair, or you can lift with each fingertips to the shoulder and then lower back down into your chair when you lower the arms, okay? All right, so taking a lot of multitasking here, which I've told you a million times is a myth. You're only supposed to really be able to do one good thing at a time. So focus first on your legs, get that into your muscle memory. Keep the core strong and engaged. And then take your awareness to your bicep muscle. Give it a little squeeze at the top. And you take your elbows out, your arms out to the side, keeping the elbows locked into the side body. We'll add layers onto this. So elbows into the side body and arms go out to the 45 degree. So you're alternating. Fingertips to shoulder, and then the weights out to the side. Let's do 3 more sets of that. I'm feeling this in the legs by now if you've been doing the little squat chairs or holding on to that. 1 more. I wonder if y'all felt your side hips last week when we did a lot of the gluteus medius work. All right, now step your right foot forward and the left foot back into warrior legs. All right, nice wide base of support.
That back left heel is at a 45 degree. Take a little bend to that front knee. Shoulders up towards the ears, palms face away from you. And I'm going to have you hinge forward just a little bit. So see the diagonal line I'm making with my head to my foot? I'm not arched back like that because that's going to kill your lower back. Press the weights back, gently together, and slowly release back to the back leg. Press back, together, and release. Back, gently together, and release. Back, gently together. 2 more. Back, together, and release. Last one. Back, together, release. Step the back foot forward and step your right foot back. Hinge forward just a bit. Squeeze that back glute. It's one of your multitasking. Hinge forward, back, together, release, back, together. These triceps are tricky. We don't use our tricep muscle a lot. That's the muscle behind the back of the arm. Together, release. Let's do 3 more. You'll feel them when you actually focus on them. And then 1 more. Good. You guys look great. Good. And release. And then step the back foot forward. Shake your legs out. Remember, the legs are optional. You don't have to do the legs. I'm going to do goal post if you choose to be in goddess legs. So the legs are about mat distance apart. Toes are pointing at a 45-degree angle. And you're going to bend the knees, tracking the knees over the feet, meaning the tailbone or the perineal eyeball is pointing straight down. All right, come to goal post. So palms are facing forward, right? Elbows are in line with the shoulders if that works. Now turn the palms facing you, elbows press forward, and then open the arms out to the side. Your option here, not do legs at all, doing staying in goddess squat, or straightening the knees as you come to the open arms, and bending the knees as you come to palms facing you. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. Just a few more. These shoulder ones are tricky. If you're working on treating your shoulder, having therapy with your shoulder, defer to what your therapist says. Good. Last one. And lower those elbows down, heel to walk your feet back in. All right, now we got the Peloton move. All right. I always kneel down so you can see this. Don't you kneel down. I just want you to be able to see better what I'm doing. All right. Arms reach forward all the way up. Upper arms in line with the ear. Bend the elbows. Don't clunk yourself in the head. Bend the elbows. We're going to do that 3 times. Lift and lower. So this again is triceps. 2 and 3. All right, slowly lower the arms back to shoulder height. Bend your elbows. Press the shoulder blades together. So this is a squeeze of the shoulder blades, squeeze of that rhomboid muscle. All right, and we'll do that 3 times. 2 and 3. Good. Arms up. Elbows bend 3 times. 1, 2, nice and slow, and 3. Lower the arms, bend the elbows, squeeze that rhomboid. 1, 2, and 3. We do that again. Reach arms forward and up. Triceps press 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Lower the arms down. Rhomboid squeeze. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And then lower the weights down close by. We're going to revisit these in a bit. Okay, so stand at the front edge of your mat. I have 2, so So the front edge of your mat with the long mat behind you. We're going to just work the hamstrings a little bit more, okay? So come to your mountain pose. As you're ready, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hip crease, spine stays long. You can bend the knees a lot if you need. Hands on the thighs, the shins, or the blocks. Allow the crown of the head to release. Softening the nervous system, calming the nervous system. Bend the knees a lot to get up. Hands go on the thighs to press up, or hands on the back of it, on the hips, elbows press back, root down through your feet, come to standing. So we're going to do this in a flow, pranam, bowing forward. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale your forward fold, wherever it works for you. Inhale, come halfway up. Reach the heart up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees a lot, press all the way up or hands on the hips, root down through your feet. Inhale the arms overhead, palms together, and lower the hands down to the heart. Again, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, come to your forward fold. Now we're just going to bend and straighten from wherever you are. So if you're here with your hands on your thighs, you're going to bend the knees and straighten the knees. Just getting a little stretch in the hamstring. If your hands are on the blocks or the floor, don't dangle. Bend and straighten. Nice and easy. Just a few rhythmic lengthening of that, nice and slow, nice and easy. Take your time, no hurry. Beautiful. 2 more. Last one. And then bring the hands onto the thighs or onto the hips. Come to standing, reach the arms overhead and down to the heart. All right. This next one we're going to do is starting with a lunge with our hands on the blocks and seeing if it's possible to come to the high lunge from that. If that's not a good idea for you because your balance is a little off today, just start from standing and go to a high lunge from here, okay? Because what I'm going to have you do is come to a lunge holding onto the blocks. Then you're going to have to bring your hands onto the thighs, press up, and reach the arms. So that takes a lot of balance, and you could actually fall and injure a hip. So if that's not a good idea for you today, instead of going to the forward fold, just go maybe, a quarter of the way and then step back. Nice wide base of support, okay? The hazard factor, so be mindful and do what works for you today. All right, so come to your mountain pose. We're standing at the front of the mat. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold to your place that works for you. I'm going to do the first one from a high point. Bend your knees. We're going to step the left foot back into a lunge. Now, if that doesn't feel good on your foot, you can lower your heel down to warrior one. All right, press up, squeeze the back left glute, press up. If you feel safe, reach the arms up overhead. All right, now what I'd like to try to do is bring the right hand down to the right hip. Watch another balance challenge here. Crescent over towards the right side. You can always have a chair or a balance or a wall, something to help you hold it steady. Lift back up. Lower the hands down to the thighs or the blocks and step the back foot forward. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to go all the way down this time. Inhale the arms overhead. You do what works for you. Exhale, forward fold. I'm going to step the right foot back into lunge. All right, if you were on the blocks, you're going to really isometrically scissors those legs away from each other. Bring the hands onto the thigh, lift up, squeeze that back glute, scissors the legs away from each other. Nice wide base of support. Inhale the arms overhead. I'm going to bring the left hand down to the hip. If you feel steady, crescent over towards that left side. Back to center. And lower the hands back down to the thighs or the block and step the back foot forward. Hands on the thighs or hips, come to standing. Inhale the arms overhead, palms together, and down to the heart. Okay, very nice. Grab your weights again. If you choose, what I'm gonna tell you what we're doing. We're gonna do warrior pose using the weights, all right? So if you don't wanna use the weights, don't pick up the weights, all right? Everybody good? All right, take a stance that works for you. Hands to the hips. And turn that left toe toward the short end of the mat and kick your right heel back. So you've got nice, good warrior feet here. Collarbones face forward. Take a gentle bend to that front knee. Knee stacks directly over ankle. All right, if you have the blocks in your hands, reach them a little bit lower than shoulder height, and then palms face forward. Not as high or higher than the shoulder, a little lower than shoulder height. We're going to bring that right arm to the left arm and pull that weight back. All right, 2 more. Bow and arrow, use your hands if you're not using weights. And last one. Pull that bow and arrow back. Good. Hold for 1 more breath. Lower the arms down. Turn the feet facing forward. Slide the hands down the thighs, half wide forward fold. We're staying right here at the half point. Then wobble your pelvis side to side. Feel that stretch in the inner thigh. Very nice. Good. Getting kisses from puppies. Lift back up. And we're going to go the other direction. So turn your right toes toward the short end of the mat. Kick your left heel back. Collarbones face forward. This time we're going to reach the arms up overhead. Take a bend to that knee. We're just going to do overhead presses. You can do biceps if your shoulders have had enough. Okay? So overhead press. 2. Good. Biceps or overhead press. 3 more. 2. And you're holding this warrior pose longer than usual too, which is nice strengthening. All right, turn your toes facing forward, heel toe your feet back together. Shake your legs out. Okay, I'm gonna do one more, well, let's put the weights down. We're running out of time. Put the weights down and let's do a balance challenge. Okay, what you're getting into, so you'll need, I'd like to show you what you're getting into just so you know what props you might need, but we're gonna go from tree and then turn that into airplane. Okay, so if you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, you can also stay at tree with your foot connected to the earth and just step back for airplane, keeping the foot connected to the earth, okay? All right, you ready? Shake it out. Get yourself grounded and centered. That hurricane, you are the eye of the storm, and that hurricane, all the other stuff, thoughts, swirling around you, but they don't affect you because you are grounded. All right, so shift your weight to the left and come up on the right toes, turn that right leg out to the side. Stay right here if you choose, or pick up the foot, place it on the ankle, hold onto a chair, hold onto a wall, and do what you choose with your branches. Big breath here, holding on to the chair, holding on to the wall. And then let's try turning this into an airplane. So start to shift forward. You can either just tap the foot back behind you or lift that leg up behind you and just play with a little bit of an airplane. You're going to be able to go on airplanes again soon and feel safe about it. How fun is that? All right. And then lower that foot down, shake it out. Light at the end of the tunnel. All right, shift over to the left, over to the right. Come up on the ball of that other foot, turn the knee out to the side, And decide where you want to put your foot. Press the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Hip points are steady. Branches grow how you want your branches to grow. Staying right here is perfect. And then sweeping to airplane could be the foot reaching back behind you, arms out to the side. Very nice airplane, or lift the leg if you choose. One more breath. Good. And lower that down. Good, Ed, I saw that. Nice. Shake it out. Okay, let's get down on the floor. All right. And again, do you have a strap? Did I say that too late? Can you grab your strap for a little Supta Padangusthasana? And mine totally disappeared. So get down on your back. Let me see if it's in here. There it is. Okay. All right. Strap. Good. Let's do a nice culmination of everything we've done. So first, constructive rest, and just where does your body take that sigh? Where does it just want to release, relax, let go, and breathe? Breathe, relax, and feel. Take time to slow down the pace of life. All right, bring that right leg into your chest and put the strap around the base of the foot. Bring the leg up toward the sky. And the shoulders are soft and the elbows are down on the earth. If your back can handle it, straighten your left leg. If it doesn't feel good, keep it bent. All right, now press the foot into the strap and pull the strap down to really plug the head of the leg bone into your pelvis. Feel that stretch across the bottom of the foot all the way down the leg. If your leg is bent, lower it, straighten it, and only take it as high as it can stay straight. Externally rotate it. Use the strap to help you. Internally rotate it. And bend and straighten 2 or 3 times. And then put the straps in your right hand and take your left leg or right leg out to the right side. Now here we're going to bend and straighten a few times too, just to really use the strength of our leg to bend the knee in toward the chest and then press it out to the side. Takes a little more energy, take some strength of the core and hip flexor, and hold it there for a breath. Use the strength of your leg rather than the strap to lift the leg back up to center and put it in your left hand. Put the straps in your left hand. Take your right arm out to the right side and cross your right leg over toward the left side of your body. Right hip is up. Do a little internal and external rotation of that leg. Find a place that feels like a good stretch and hold it there for a second. I feel it when I internally rotate it on the outer side of my leg. Good. And then use the strength of your leg to lift that leg back up and do your cool yoga trick. Switch feet. Get the leg straight. If it's not straight, lower it and only lift it as high as it can go straight. Do a little internal and external rotation from the top of the leg bone. Bend and straighten. Press out through the heel of that foot. Each stretch getting a little bit longer. Put both straps into your left hand. Slide your right leg down toward the short end of the mat if that works. And then take your left leg out to the left side. Bend it towards your left shoulder, straighten it out. Bend it in, straighten it out. If that doesn't feel good, just hold it in place. Your choice, your practice. Good. Very nice, guys. And then hold it there for just a breath. Make sure both butt cheeks are evenly on the earth. And then use the strength of your leg to lift that leg back up. Put the strap in your right hand and invite your left leg to cross over to the right side of your body. That left hip is up. If you want to bend and straighten, if that feels interesting for you, or if you want to internally or externally rotate, use your body as a laboratory and see where you get the best sensation, the best stretch for you. I know it works for my body, but it might not work for your body. Good. Use the strength of your leg to lift that leg back up. Bend the knee, take the strap off. Let's do a nice full body stretch. Oh, maybe a little snow angel with the legs. And then listen to your own body and what does it say that would feel good? What do you need to do right now? And a lot of us need to do a little twist. So if you bend your knees and take your feet as wide as the mat, rock your knees side to side and let your knees fall over towards the left side. Look over your right shoulder. And lift your top knee followed by your bottom knee and rock them side to side again until they're ready to fall over to the right side. And look over your left shoulder. And lift the top knee followed by the bottom knee. Give yourself a hug with your knees. And then go ahead and settle into your version of Shavasana. All right, legs might be long, might put a bolster under your knees. Might put the feet up on a chair, on an ottoman. Might crawl up into bed, onto a lounge chair. Get yourself really nice and comfy. Breathe, relax, and feel. Take time to slow down the pace of life. Watch the rise and fall of moons, the birth and death of dreams. Feelings and sensations seem so real, yet they shift like changing clouds and flow with the high tide out to sea again. Allow it all to be. No need to grasp or push away. Present with each moment, the whole of you, body, mind, and soul, opens to receive. Begin to come back into this space. First, invite another conscious full breath in. Long, slow exhalation out. And to awaken your physical body, wiggling fingers and toes. Turning the head side to side. Bend your knees, rock your knees back and forth. Give yourself a hug. Roll over onto your side. When you feel ready, press your hands into the earth and come to a comfortable seat for yourself. The hands are available, bringing the hands to your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. Take a moment just to be that center of the hurricane, the eye of the hurricane, knowing that you have that option to find that place of stillness and peace and quiet with all else that's around. And bring your hands to your forehead for continued good thoughts, to close to your lips for continued kind words to yourself and to others, and to compassion for yourself and others. Bow your head to honor your own practice, and then blink your eyes open and check out your Sangha and greet each other with Namaste. Namaste.